his own business, he just can't seem to get ahead. He watches Fox News every single night and agrees with all that is said. Jesse is more religious, goes to church every Sunday morning. He's concerned about all the babies of the world, even those that have never been born. Gary is a tenant in a warehouse, makes $9 an hour in pay. Doesn't like the minorities in the plays, and he shows it every other day. She collects Social Security, $12,000 in a year. But people cross the border that she'll never meet is the thing that she most fears. They are voting against their best interests. It is what they always seem to do. They are voting against their best interests and the interest of their children too. They are voting against their best interests. It is what they have always done. People voting against their best interests. It's the only way Republicans have ever won. They all believe in lower taxes, vote Republican election day. No problem if the Treasury receipts far less, cut our programs is what they say. They want to throw more money at the military, cut Social Security, leaving cupboards bare. And even if they lose their own health insurance, repeal Obamacare. They are voting against their best interests and the interest of their children too. Voting against their best interests. Forgive them, they know not what they do. They are voting against their best interests. They'll privatize Social Security. Voting against their best interests, even if they live in poverty. Billy, Jesse, Gary, and Dee, they all have kids, and their kids will someday have kids too. I often wonder if they think about the world and the harm that their votes do. Billy, Jesse, Gary, and Dee will someday die, and their kids will have a difficult time with the rising tide and the civil unrest and the corporate ladder too steep to climb. They are voting against their best interests, and they will raid on Medicare. Yes, they're voting against their best interests, and they seem to be completely unaware. They are voting against their best interests. They do it every 4 years. Yes, they're voting against their best interests. It's enough to reduce me to tears. Billy, Jesse, Gary, and Dee will someday die, and their grandkids will have a hard time with no minimum wage, no Medicare, private prisons for most of their crimes. Billy, Jesse, Gary, and Dee will someday die, and their grandkids will have a hard time. Back in the 30s, the thing they used to say was, brother, can you spare a dime? They are voting against their best interests. Tax cuts will never trickle down. They are voting against their best interests. The middle class is low class bound. They are voting against their best interests, against the interests of their children too. They are voting against their best interests. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Forgive them, they know not what they do. And now, let's hear from a man who has had the best interests of the middle class and working families all his adult life uppermost in his mind, in his heart. The next President of the United States, Senator Bernie Sanders.
Senator Sanders.
Anderson, thank you very much. I think most Americans understand that our country today faces a series of unprecedented crises. The middle class of this country for the last 40 years has been disappearing. Millions of Americans are working longer hours for lower wages, and yet almost all of the new income and wealth being created is going to the top 1%. As a result of this disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decision, our campaign finance system is corrupt and is undermining American democracy. Millionaires and billionaires are pouring unbelievable sums of money into the political process in order to fund super PACs and to elect candidates who represent their interests, not the interests of working people. Today, the scientific community is virtually unanimous. Climate change is real, it is caused by human activity, and we have a moral responsibility to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy and leave this planet a habitable planet for our children and our grandchildren. Today in America, we have more people in jail than any other country on earth. African American youth unemployment is 51%. Hispanic youth unemployment is 36%. It seems to me that instead of building more jails and providing more incarceration, maybe, just maybe, we should be putting money into education and jobs for our kids. What this campaign is about is whether we can mobilize our people to take back our government from a handful of billionaires and create the vibrant democracy we know we can and should have. Thank you.